دمشقي الأرض ديري الأصل. Please welcome our brother Mohamad Alabdallah. I don't want to say much about it. Long live the SNC, Syrian National Council.
Good evening, everyone, and sorry, I'm going to be very fast. I'll try to keep up with my 10 minutes only. I want to thank Mr. Frederick Hoff and Mr. Munir Rahim for participating here, and very warm thanks to Ambassador Robert Ford for all the great work he has been doing in Syria. Some voices here and there, and lots of time with different messages, with different strategies, and lots of times, but not all of it, with lack of coordination between those people. I will start with the expectation from the Syrians inside Syria. When the Syrian National Council started, everybody was expecting the same happened in Libya. First week we're having a Syrian National Council, second week we're having a UN Security Council session, and the third week we're having an end flights or no-fly zone, which is not realistic at all. Not the case in Syria for lots of reasons we're not going to be here to talk about, but people's expectation was very high, and that put lots of pressures in the Syrian National Council to perform faster and better, which was not the case so far. The first problem with the Syrian National Council, or the challenges, is the slowness in its performance, in its work. We've been for 3 weeks now, we're approaching 1 month with literally nothing. Most of the meetings happen in Istanbul or in Cairo. It was about offices, logistics, and different topics, but never been about the most important issue, the strategy. How are we going to tackle the regime? All the members are great speakers after the regime leaves, but how this regime going to leave, nobody has a clue. He's not going to quit. Nobody's going to shoot him. And we don't have approach. And this is important to convince Syrians that the revolution is going to win, and to convince the Arab League to take a position, which we're going to benefit in the UN Security Council later. But we don't have this plan. The second point, or the challenge, is the lack of strategy work. We have so far appointed a president or a head of the council. Most of his media interview has been controversial. And that reflects that the forming of the council is from different and mixed groups and political groups and ideologies. And that's not a bad thing if they can coordinate with each other. The first point we're trying to work in is to have some Arab support. And that's mainly came from the Gulf countries, mostly because Egypt, Libya, and other countries are out of the Arab League, technically speaking, because they have their own problems and revolutions. But yet, we did not manage to have a strong position in the Arab League, and that's encouraging Russia to veto any resolution in the UN Security Council. We need to freeze Syria's seat in the Arab League summit, and then when the Arab bloc being against, take a strong position against Assad, Russians would be unable to vote to use their veto or to veto any resolution. But let's back to this resolution itself. It's denouncing. It's just a piece of paper. It's not going to send flights. It's not going to do no-fly zone. And I get lots of questions regarding the Friday, the no-fly zone Friday, if the council agrees on this or not. You know what? We don't have position. Because everybody has his own opinion. We don't have strategy. We don't have plan. We have nothing. We have offices with lack of communication between these offices and with lack of communication with the Syrians inside. The protesters' expectations are very high, and the efforts that the Syrian National Council is doing is very low.